Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, my either my knees are getting worse or it's a weather change. One of the two.
Well, the weather will do that for sure. Yeah, I don't know. We're all crippled up. Annie's got problems with her hip and her leg, and I've got problems with my hip, and Catherine's got problems, and I think Jim's the only one who's not got any problems. Okay, so we know supposedly now the first section of the first form. So we'll practice that a few times. And then today we're going to start on move number 7, which is called walk obliquely and twist step, or walk diagonally and twist step. So let me adjust the camera. I'll demonstrate this once, and then we'll do the form as we know it so far. Now I should do it starting in this orientation, but I'm not. I'm going to turn and do it in this orientation so you can see me. All right. So it's called walk obliquely or walk diagonally because that's what you do. All right. You walk diagonally and then you end up right back where you started. All right. So it looks like this. Okay, got it. This takes this is a big move, so it's gonna take a little while to get this. It'll probably take all day today and tomorrow to get that move. But let's go back to the beginning of the form and do the form as we know it. I'll lead the first two, first facing you and then with my back to you. And now once with my back to you.
Kevin, mute.
What?
Kevin's not muted and he took the picture away.
I'm sorry, you did what?
Guess I wasn't on mute, so I'm back on mute.
He
Oh, okay.
captured the picture.
Okay, so, all right, it's on me now. So hopefully it will stay.
Right from the beginning of doing it backwards.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, it's kind of half-assed. My hip is getting in the way. Um, Jim, why don't you do one for us, facing the camera? Good. Catherine, do you want to do one, or are you okay? Yeah, you're not on. You're not on today. Okay, let's go on to move number 7. Walk obliquely and twist step. It's a big move with a lot of moving parts, so we just gotta take it one thing at a time. Okay, the first thing you have to for stage 1, the first thing you've got to get is the footwork. And what you're doing basically is walking in a triangle, right? So you step not backward, right, but over to the side. 1, 2, 3. All right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's the walking obliquely. You're walking at an angle. All right. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm taking big steps so that they match the tape I've got on the floor here, but they don't have to be quite that big. All right. 1, 2, 3, right back where you began. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the upper body is doing, for each step, it's doing a block and a hit. All right. So I'm going to step back to the left and block and hit. And then I'm going to step to the right, block and hit, and then I'm going to step forward, right, and I'm not doing a block and a hit. 1, 2, all right, and 3. 3. All right, straight out from the center and out at 45 degrees. 1, 2, step out and push. All right. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, and push. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, and push. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. Right? Push. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. One more. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. Okay, let me see you do it. All right, from here, go. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. Good, one more. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. One more. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. Okay, as you get more used to this, there's a few places where we can begin to elide some of the paint by numberness of this. But for right now, we're just going to stick with paint by number, right? Retreat, block, hit. advance, block, hit, set, kick, push. All right? Relax. All right, turn to the right, hit to the left. Now, watch my feet. You see how I'm up on my right toes? I'm going to twist step. All right? I'm twisting step. I'm up on my right toes, now I'm up on my left toes. That's the twist step. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. All right? Now, you want to squeeze a little bit here. All right? Like you're squeezing his head a little bit. All right? Squeeze. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. Squeeze, right? And then press down. Now, pressing down is not with your shoulders. It's just sinking here. Sink, right? Wind up and hit. You should be up on your right toes. Now, twist step. Twist step is easy, right? The right hand goes from up to down. The left hand goes from down to up. So you're just changing places. And what might you be doing? All right. Now notice my elbows. My elbows are in fairly close to my body. Most of these moves are actually wrestling moves. So when you extend your limbs, particularly your arms, you're going to lose most of your leverage. So you sort of tend to keep your arms in a little bit. So the upper arm is almost sort of welded to the ribs, right? So it's your trunk doing the work. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push, squeeze, press, wind up and hit, twist, step. One more. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push, squeeze, press, wind up and hit, twist, step. Let's do it one more time and we'll pay some attention to which foot your weight is on. Right now it's on the right. Left. Right. Still on the right. Even more on the right. Now it's on the left. Now it's back to the right. One more. Starts on the right, left, right, even more on the right, left, and right. You want to try to keep your hips a little bit pointed toward the front. You don't want your hips to be sliding all the way around, because if you do, you do that, you'll lose your position and you'll lose your balance here. At the same time, they're not locked into the front either. They are moving a little bit. Watch my hand. Watch my hand and the white thing here. It's a spiral. Maybe some guy's hitting at you here. You know, his hand is coming in like this. You grab his hand. It's already moving in this direction. You just don't want it to hit your nose. All right? So you move it from your nose to go by like this. And then this hand comes behind and catches him at the shoulder. Catch his hand and move it. Catch his shoulder, boom, throw him. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. Squeeze, press. Wind up and hit. All right? And twist step. Now you could do twist step without really doing anything with your feet except shifting your weight. But you wouldn't get as much action. All right, I'll do it without rising on my toes. All right? But when you start on your right toe and end up on your left toe, you're just going to get a lot more action out of that. One more. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. All right. Squeeze, press, wind up, hit, and twist step. Okay, Jim, let me see you do it. Good. Okay. So we're actually making really good time. We're actually going to finish it today. We'll have to practice it again tomorrow. The next part, the ending part, is one of my favorite parts of the form. It requires a little explanation. So let me just demonstrate it, and then we'll break it down. Here it comes. Okay, there's a lot of subtle stuff going on in there, and it'll take you a year or two to catch on to all this. But I'll go over the majority of it here. The first part of it is obviously just a shove, all right? Block. All right, somebody's kicking at your knee. Block. Push. The push is going right into the center of his chest. So you're doing the push both by shifting your weight from the right to the left, and also by turning your waist. Turn your waist to block, continue to turn your waist to shove. Twist step. Step out. Block your knee. Push. Now watch this hand here. What is this hand doing? Just watch it. I'm going to do it. Just watch. It's grabbing his ankle. Grab him by the ankle, right? You're down. Now you can just lift him up, not with your arm, but with your body. And now he's going to be completely losing his balance. Boom! That's when you shove him in the middle of the chest. Reach down and grab his ankle. Lift it by lifting your body. And now that he's starting to go like this, boom, that's when you convince him to fall over backwards. All right? Now comes the most, for me, the most fun part, because it raises your awareness of your own chi, or it should anyway. When you've done this, where's your chi? Well, it better be right out here in your hand, right? Now watch what happens in the move, though. All right, so your hand's coming back here. How does your chi get back? Because you've just shoved, oh, boom! I've just shoved all this chi out here, and now I've got to come back here, and my waist is turning. How do I bring the chi back in a calm manner, in an easy manner? Your chi does not have to go through your physical body. You can arrange for it to go around your body, so to speak. When you push like this, all right, everything has turned to the left. If I just try to pull my chi back to the right, it's pulling it back into an empty hip because I have no weight on there. My weight's on my left hip over here. All right? So if I bring my chi back, I should bring it back into the hip that's carrying the weight. If I pull it into an empty hip, it's not going to be very well grounded. And it's going to make your energy body kind of bobble a little bit. So I'm pushing it out, right, to the center and the left here. Boom. Now I'm going to pull it back into the left hip. And then I'm going to watch this hand, because this is still the active hand. Watch the shape of my hand. This is the point of contact for the next application. That's why my thumb is in. So that this point is called the Hegu acupuncture point, Hegu. All right? What am I doing with it? I wish Kevin was here, I could show you. All right? You're coming around somebody's body and you're going to put the Hegu acupuncture point on their spine. All right. Watch my hand. On the spine, press down. On the spine, press down. I know it's a little hard to see because of the video, but next time somebody's up here, all right, or Jim's going to be up here in a couple of weeks. Jim, maybe you and I can if we can remember to do this, we can do it and everybody can see. What you do is press it into the spine and then press it down. That does two things. One is when you touch someone else, even if it's fast and furious and you're in a wrestling thing, when you touch someone else, subconsciously they will follow your touch. They're not doing this consciously. You will do it too. So if your opponent is well trained in this, they can, at least in part, control your attention just by touching. If I go like this, right, you are going to be aware of that. And I don't have to actually mean to do anything with that. I'm just doing that because I want your mind to go there. Keep your mind occupied while something else is happening somewhere else. All right? So part of what is happening is I'm just making this guy aware of his spine. And then I'm going to turn his spine down. Watch this. Now, yeah, also the quad, but boom, right? So it's a way of messing up someone's sense of balance. All right? However, there's a trick to getting there. So I pushed, everything is out here center and left. It comes back into the left hip. Now the question is, how does it get out here into the hand? The easiest way to do it is to bring the chi in to the hip and then bring it across the back, and it's going to come out the right side. So it's like it's all coming in here, and then it's going across my back, and it's coming out here. And my hand just floats on that energy. It's like a big wave coming through. That's just the most efficient way to do it. There are other ways to do it, but they're less fun and they're less efficient, right? If you can catch this, it will give you a lot of clues about how to deal with your chi through the whole form and through every other form too. You potentially have much more control over your chi than you might think that you do. It doesn't have to stay in your body. So, for instance, I'll tell you a true story. Master Zhang once asked me in class to do a demo with him, and he said, let's do a little push hands. And he said, now I'm going to push you back. I want you to pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to my chi. Right? So we do a couple of just simple forearm drills. And then he puts his hands out and he just walks through me. And it was like trying to stop an elephant. And he's not a big guy. You know, he was only about this tall and probably about 145 pounds. And I'm 220 pounds. I couldn't stop him. And he said, how did I do it? And I'm like, I don't know. You were like this force that came in. He said, yeah. But what was I doing? How was I controlling my chi? Let's do it again. So we did it again. The same thing happened. He just walked right through me. And he said, I want you all to pay a lot of attention to this. Anybody can do this. It takes a little practice, but you can do it. He said, I put my dantian behind you. And then I walked into my own dantian. Which is another way of saying, I put my chi behind you. And then I just walked to catch up with it. And you go, what? It works. When you say you're putting your chi behind someone, what you mean is you're putting your mind behind them. And where your mind goes, your chi will go. So it's not something esoteric and weird and tricky. You just feel the space behind the guy, put your mind there, and then walk into it. In a sense, you're not even paying any attention to the other guy, in a sense. So it's something very much like that. You have degrees of control over your energy body, providing you understand how to do it, right? This is a really enjoyable part of that, right? Catch, push, back to the left hip, now across the back, across the spine, and it comes out the right hip, and it just lifts your hand. And it continues around, boom, to here. And then, what is this move? The name of this part of the move is Fan Dan Bien. Fan Dan Bien. Remember yes, Kevin, right? We just did Dan Bien, single whip. Fan Dan Bien is reverse
single.
That's it. It's very simple, right? Now, that one little section in here, right here, it for me is one of the most satisfying parts of the whole form, because it's asking you to lead your chi, and it's not so much what's happening with the body as what's happening with the mind. Now the truth is, it's always that way, but here you can't escape it, right? If you're going to do it right, relax. Watch this hand. Yeah, Kevin.
Could you sort of go over the weight transfer right there?
You mean side to side?
Left to right, side to side.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So back on the right foot, stick the left foot out, transfer the weight to the left. You're using your weight. Now the weight comes back to the right. And it's about, 80% back on the right. And now it comes back to the left. And then it goes back to the right. And then it comes back to the left. And how much it comes on each side just sort of depends on your mood. If you're going to be really fierce about it, you can go almost 100%. But in general, it's sort of usually about 70-30 side to side. All right. Okay, let's put the whole thing together. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set, kick, push. Squeeze, press. All right, wind up and hit. Twist, step. Step out left, catch the ankle and lift, push. Back into the left hip, across the back, out the right hip, circle to the back, close for reverse single whip, and boom, boom. Spiral. Boom. All right? One more. Yeah, Kevin.
So you're hanging onto this guy's ankle, the left hand, the whole time?
Yes, his ankle's just a rag by the time you're done. No, I mean, keep in mind, the form is the form, applications are applications. There's a relationship between the two, but they're not meant to be. You're not really doing the applications when you do the form. What you're doing is training the mind to control the chi, and you're setting the body up to do certain things without actually getting in there and doing them all. So you're creating muscle memory in a really kind of soft way. but it works. Takes a while, but it always takes a while. So, other questions? Okay, one more, and then we'll let you practice this afternoon, and we'll review this again tomorrow morning. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set. Kick, push. Squeeze, press. Wind up and hit. Twist, step. Step out left. Grab the ankle, lift and push into the left hip, across the back, out the right hip, around to the spine, close, reverse single whip, and face forward again. So the hips are facing forward. All right, any other questions? All right, let's pick it up again there tomorrow. So practice a few times if you can, and we'll pick it up, review it all tomorrow. Ciao, guys.